my friends, my dears, my loves. Welcome back to my channel. I am Zoe, and today I am once again talking about independently published authors. Before I get started on this video, I need to say a huge thank you to everyone who has either donated to my small author reading project through the Ko-fi page, or who has purchased books off of my wish list, or who has personally sent me books from their collection for this project. I am overwhelmed in the best way possible. I sat down on the 1st of March and I decided to go through and see how many books have been donated, or the purchase of which facilitated, and all of those things for this project in the 5 weeks since I announced it. 20 books. 20 books. And through talking about this, I also received a couple of books from authors themselves, and I got the wonderful chance to read a couple of arcs and a novella, and it's just, I am so happy, and that is purely because of people who are supporting this project, and I will never be able to say thank you enough. My original plan had been to do a haul video for all of those books, but then I realized how horrendously long it would be. So instead of doing a gigantic haul video, what I am going to do is the first week of every month, I am going to show you 4 books or 4 authors that are all independently published or self-published, and I'm going to tell you to go check them out. If I've read them, I'll tell you what I think of them. If I haven't, then we'll just talk about, you know, what the subject matter is, and yeah, we'll go from there. I'm so excited! Let's get started. First up, we have Wicked Welcome by Ginger Ellenberg. This is it looks very much like a gothic story. You have a woman gets a house. That's what gothic fiction is, right? So this woman gets the house of her dreams, but there are some things about questionable sanity, and I always love that, and the horrors within the house. So that is Wicked Welcome by Ginger Ellenberg. You should go check her out. You can also find her over on Instagram and on TikTok and all of the social medias, which I am going to list on the screen now. Next up, we have Shadows of Heaven by Kaylee Victoria. I have not read this book yet, but I am really looking forward to it. I bought this book partially because I wanted to make sure to intentionally be buying the books of people of color, and this book also just looked amazing. It has to do with angel mythology and mixed with fantasy, and I'm just really excited to see this, and I also love this cover. So many of the books I've been getting have the most gorgeous covers, and I just want to stare at them. Since this one's a little bit more involved, let's see what the back cover says. The existence of angels has been kept secret for centuries. They watch over the earth and over humans from each of the 4 hidden realms around the globe, acting as guardians, nurturers, or disciples. Gail Geffen has trained his entire life to be a guardian, to follow in his parents' footsteps, and to protect the human plane from demons. But for the past 2 years, Gail has been given the boring task of his title, fixing the ozone layer. His fate remains stagnant until God calls upon Gail and his friends with a different task in mind. A lurking evil in the realm of hell wants to eradicate the human plane. But in order to stop this evil, the trio must find another for this fight. They're tasked with finding her, the prophesized vine, the human. So this looks amazing. I also just finished reading another book that has kind of angel lore in it, so I guess I'm on kind of an angel kick. So super excited about this one. The name is Kaylee Victoria, and that is all in one line. Again, I'm going to put up the name and the social medias and stuff where you can find her. Super excited to read this one. Next up, we have one that was given to me by someone from their personal collection for this project, which I really, really appreciate. It's another author of color, and it is The Wicker King by Ankrum. Now, this is, I'm just gonna fawn over book covers in this video. Again, I have not yet read this book, so let's see what the dust jacket says. August and Jack have never lived in the same world. August is a misfit with a pyro streak, and Jack is a golden boy on the varsity rugby team. But their intense friendship goes way back. It's something they keep for themselves, and they rely on each other for survival. When Jack begins to see increasingly vivid hallucinations, August decides to help Jack the only way he knows how, by believing him and believing in the fantasy kingdom that creeps into the edges of the real world. Jack leads August on a quest to fulfill a dark prophecy, and together they alienate everyone around them as they struggle with their sanity, free-falling into a surreal fantasy world that feels made for them. In the end, each one must choose his own truth. So clearly I have a thing for the questionable sanity. I'm really excited. This is also a Chicago-based author. This is actually a friend of a friend, so that makes it extra special to me. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Finally up on this list is Remaining Eileen by Autumn Lindsay. I just finished this book, and I love it so much. We have a main character who is a 30-year-old mother of two, who's in this horrible plane crash that she should have died from, and she doesn't. And not just that she doesn't die, but like she heals within a few days. And over the next week, she starts realizing that something's really wrong. And oh my God, it's so good. This is one of those books where I was in the last 50 pages and I got more and more tense because I didn't see any of the storylines tying up. And then at the end, they tied up, but there's a second book planned. And there's a chapter in the end of this book. I need it. I also want to say that one of the reasons I initially picked up this book was because the author has just started self-publishing. She had previously published this book with a publishing company. However, that relationship didn't end up well, and so she's now self-publishing. It's not the route she meant to go, and she's just kind of starting out on that path, so I decided to pick this up, and I do not regret it in the slightest. So those are your 4 indie book recommendations for the month. Wicked Welcome by Ginger Ellenberg, Shadows of Heaven by Kaylee Victoria, The Wicker King by Ankrum, and Remaining Eileen by Autumn Lindsay. I am so excited for this project, and if you want to know more about it, there are links down below in the description. If you want to purchase a book off of the project's wish list, that link is also down below, as well as a link to the dedicated Ko-fi page. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more videos about small and independently published authors and what I am reading and all those types of things, and listen to my cat meow in the background, then make sure to like and subscribe and hit the bell, and I will see you next time.